It's been nearly a year since we last met. Where does the time go?
Before I start this review, I should definitely mention how I got into Devil May Cry in general. I got into the series when the anime was kind of coming out, and then was being very not well received by a lot of people. Mainly a bunch of Devil May Cry fans did not like it. I just thought it was alright, but I could understand why people didn't like it all that much. So when I was kind of seeing that whole backlash kind of get sent to the anime, I was like, maybe I should try out the series. And then I had like a ROM of Devil May Cry 1 on my computer, and some people on Twitter did say it was a good game when it was on the site before. I'm no longer on that site now, but I heard it was pretty good, so I wanted to try it out. Then, I believe, very early on my playthrough of DMC1, I realized that 3 was a prequel, and I decided to weirdly shelf my playthrough of 1 to focus on 3 when it was not really necessary. You could easily just go with 1. It was released, 3 was released after. It's not necessary. But I guess I didn't really process that in my brain at the time. But when I beat 3 in May, I had a lot of fun with it. It was great. And, now, I decided to replay it again. Because I was bored. Even though I already have several games I really need to get to, I decided to just play it. It's not gonna hurt me at all. And it could be seen I wanted to kind of get a palate cleanser. Since I was playing the reboot, sometime before I replayed 3, and I thought it was a lot easier than the other entries, so maybe I wanted to get kind of that whole thread, be kind of going back to how I started in this the series. So I decided, why not? I think the easiest one to get through is its story. Its story is pretty solid. I think it's definitely the best one in the series, which is not a hard competition, because 1's plot isn't really there until the end. 2's plot is just a bunch of concepts just strung together to kind of make some sense of a story, but what story does it have? And 4, I don't know, 4 is there, it lays concepts whole, does nothing with them. But whatever. I do like DMC3's themes of duality and family, and it's definitely shown a lot throughout the game, mainly with Dante and Vergil, Agni and Rudra, Arkham and Jester, and later in their past life as Mary. It's shown a good chunk of the time here, and I do enjoy it a lot. I think I should mainly get to its characters first, but before I get to the character part, I think I should talk about Vergil's part in here, because he does have a separate campaign that was added in the special edition. It doesn't really have a story here, so it's probably the easiest one to get through. It only has a single cutscene, just kind of explaining how Vergil kind of met Arkham, but that's about it. I was kind of disappointed because I wanted more from it, maybe showing Vergil's perspective on DMC3's narrative, because how he thought of Arkham and what did he think of when he stabbed his own brother in the end of Mission 7. I guess the whole Arkham part can be seen he did not trust him at all, not even the slightest. And so once he was done on doing his purpose, Vergil did not need him anymore. And the whole what he thought of if he stabbed his brother, it could be it doesn't really matter if it was his brother or not, he still would have if anyone was in his way of kind of getting more power, he would still take them down no matter what. It doesn't matter if they're related or not. But it's whatever, I guess. I think let's move on. Let me move on to the characters. I think Dante's a pretty cool protagonist, because how he's a pretty immature kid at the start, kind of denying his demon heritage and more so focusing on his human side, possibly because due to the demon attack attack, I suppose. That's not really explained. I believe possibly it's inside material, but I'm not sure. But kind of like later on in the story, I believe what Lady says, this is on like mission, in the end of mission 10's cutscene, I think what she says like later on, Dante kind of realizes that he is a part of Sparta's legacy and that he has to kind of do something about it. That he is a part of, that's literally who he is. He's a part of Sparta's legacy, whatever he want, if he likes it or not, and that it is his kind of his responsibility to kind of take care of the things that Sparta's behind. Like, I do like that. That's a pretty cool thing that Dante does, and I believe that's kind of the reason why he wins against Vergil in the end. Like, there's one, and I kind of am confused. Like, why don't they elaborate on the whole Dante? Why Dante doesn't like his demon heritage? I believe it's possibly because he just doesn't really like because of the demon attack on his mother that caused her to be killed, and that he doesn't want to be a part of the demons that literally caused his mother to be murdered. Out of that, and that also that him like kind of representing Sparta, like the whole how is he the legendary Dark Knight, but he couldn't even use his power to protect his own wife. And there's like another thing as well that I also wanted them to mention was that like maybe like have like a scene or two of like Dante kind of thinking about like what Lady said in the end of Mission 10's cutscene, because it does seem like it does impact him in his development. So it would be cool.
He was obsessed with becoming the devil, so much he killed his own wife. For that he butchered innocent people too. He's the most vile kind of creature. It off. That filthy scum is my father.
Well, we have something in common. I have a dysfunctional family too.
And what would you know about family? You're a demon. This is my father. My family. This was all supposed to end by my hand.
Aren't you gonna shoot? Well, that's a switch.
Just go. I don't care anymore.
Family, huh?
I guess that it can be seen like the end of what Dante says is like before the cutscene ends. I guess it can be seen there. Maybe like he can say like a small line like in the beginning of Mission 14's cutscene when Lady says, "A demon like you wouldn't understand." Maybe Dante says something like it pretty quietly, like, "Why wouldn't I understand?" I don't think it's desperately needed because I think it already shows itself pretty well. But I think it like having like a scene or two more, like showing that this is part of Dante's responsibility, kind of like him waking up, and that he is part of Sparta's legacy, in that he has to kind of get his shit together and kind of tie up the loose ends that Sparta left behind. And the only reason why he was able to do that was because of Lady kind of like saying like how this is our responsibility to take care of the things Arkham did, like kind of like causing like getting the revenge for what he did to others. But it's whatever. Another thing I should mention, Vergil's a really good character as well. I like how he can say some like witty lines, like in mission before you face the mission 7, like in the beginning part, after Dante says, "You sure know how to throw a party" line. But even past that, even like not, it doesn't really happen all that much. But still, I think the best part of him is that he is a threat, like how he beats Dante in mission 7. That's pretty cool. I generally do enjoy that. Yeah, Dante loses it. Yeah, it's like he has the power of demon, but he still can get his ass kicked. And it was pretty crazy to see how how he did get his ass kicked. But still, like, I do like how they say Vergil's reasoning for it, but not fully. I guess it's sort of hinted at, like, a Mission 7's thing for what Vergil says there.
Foolishness, Dante. Foolishness. Might controls everything, and without strength, you cannot protect anything, let alone yourself.
I guess, like, what? It's like the whole thing of, it's like that can, like, sort of show his reasoning for why he does it. Mainly because of his mother's death. He saw it as a moment of weakness and didn't want that to ever happen again. I think they probably could have easily just done something of it, but maybe like him looking at his mother's mother's amulet, like I believe in the beginning of Mission 3's cutscene, could show it, but I feel like it's a major reach. That's just what I think, though. They could just have like maybe like just one scene or two, and that's about it. And I think it'd be perfectly fine if I'm being honest. Like just add like so like maybe you could have like a scene like after this whole Mike controls everything scene. The whole without strength you can't protect anybody, not even yourself. We both know that very well. Like it'd be kind of on the nose, but I think it'd be better to like a reason, like to show some reason for why Vergil does the, like kind of sounds like Timothy grew wants Sparta's power. It'd be better. It'd be like you need to show that off, but it's whatever, I guess. Moving on, I think Lady's another great character in DMC3. I do like the skills she does in the cutscenes when she shows up. Like how she's able to take on a bunch of demons without a sense of demon blood in her. I guess if you're skilled enough and you have the right equipment, you're able to take them down. And I do like how after she takes out her father, she pretty much chills out a lot more than before. How she was incredibly aggressive and didn't want anyone to get in her way, like kind of enacting that revenge against Arkham. And even after she puts an end to him, it definitely does seem like she never wanted to end it that way. Like kind of like she never really wanted, like kind of like it could be like a bit of like a somewhat of a happy family, I guess. Like wishing that her father never did those actions. Like wanting to like especially it's kind of seen with what she said, like how she easily believes Arkham's lies to her. Like very easily, and like how she wants to find some sense of good in a father that she definitely resented for a long time for murdering her mother and other people, until that was utter bullshit, and then she just put a complete end to him. I guess it was deserved.
A long time ago, my name is Lady. Goodbye, Father.
No!
Speaking of Arkham, he's 100% the weakest character here, if I'm being honest. Especially, like compared to Vergil, he's a weaker villain. If like being really brutally honest, he's pretty boring. Like I don't hate him. He's just there. Especially like compared to Vergil, like he's like very boring. It's kind of crazy how he's and like how it's revealed that he's the Jester later on, and how he's a big little bitch. It's like constantly, it's completely goofy personality, like completely is the other opposite of Arkham. And you could probably have like something like even still after Arkham is revealed, Arkham and Jester are the same person. You could still have them have like Jester appear still a bit in the story. I think that'd be perfectly fine. Like I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind at all. Or like make Arkham more menacing. Like more of a oh shit, this guy's actually a threat. We should definitely take care of him before everything turns to a complete and utter mess. Like like have more of that menacing factor there, like weird mysteriousness, I suppose. Because I don't really see it all that much here, if I'm being honest. It's just what I think, though. I don't find it all that interesting. I really wouldn't mind if they just kept them the same, because Arkham is just the epitome of a C-tier villain. He's definitely better than like the Savior from DMC4, but that's not a high bar. Savior is pretty boring in DMC4. It's kind of like it's comparing incredibly average to mediocre. It's not hard to really top that. Moving on, I should really start talking about its gameplay, and I think that's the best part of DMC3. I like its gameplay a lot. I'm not as great as it as other people are, because I have nowhere near the skill of others to do those crazy ass combos I see on YouTube. How do people not break their fucking fingers when they do all that? Anyway, past that, I think Dante and Vergil as well control pretty well. It definitely does feel like they're actually kind of learned. It's like a major step up in like how they're getting very used to how Devil May Cry games should be. And that's just what I think. I'd say I should probably comment on the weapons first before everything. I think Rebellion and Force Edge are pretty solid weapons. I like them. They're cool. I could probably still like mention that I maybe could wish that Dante had aerial skills past Swordmaster, but I think that's kind of the point. You're supposed to you're kind of meant to use it. I think it's more so of a criticism for Force Edge, because Vergil does not have an equivalent to Swordmaster. He just has only one style, Darkslayer, and that's it. And that's pretty disappointing if I'm being honest, but it's whatever. I also thought that Vergil could have, feels like Yamato could have also been a bit more fun to use, if I'm being honest, because I think it's just an okay weapon. It's definitely not a weapon I'd use a bunch, if I'm being honest. And Cerberus as well. I remember I did not use Cerberus at all in my first playthrough. I only used it for like a bit until I got Agni and Rudra. And even still, I used Rebellion, way more than Cerberus. But when I gave Cerberus a chance in another playthrough, it was fun to use. It was good. I heavily missed out from not using it. It's like I definitely should have. And it was like I generally do think that it's good. I don't think it's bad at all. I still probably would use Rebellion a bit more, but I still think it is a solid weapon, if I'm being honest. Agni and Rudra are also another set of solid weapons as well, since I'm talking about them. I do like how the whole fire and wind skills they have. That's pretty cool. And there's another thing I should mention, that how certain weapons have elemental abilities among them. Like if you use them on the right enemy, it'll help you a lot. I heard Doppelganger is really you should use Beowulf against Doppelganger or Cerberus against Agni. I'm not sure about Agni and Rudra. I believe you're supposed to use them on someone else, but I have no clue. I guess I gotta look that up because I only heard about it from other comments or looking it up and such. I think possibly Agni Rudra is good against Navan, but I could be massively wrong. But hopefully someone can correct me on that. Maybe Agni and Rudra are good against Navan, or Beowulf is good against Navan. But who knows? Speaking of Navan, I thought Navan was an okay weapon. It wasn't amazing, and I think I'd rather use something else. It is really cool, and I love its cutscene. Its cutscene is so damn extra, yet I love it a lot. I will say I love that cutscene a lot. One of my favorite cutscenes in the game. Next, I believe the opening cutscene. But still, I think I'd rather use something else instead of Navan. It's just a personal thing. There's another one I would also like to mention, Beowulf. It's the last one you unlock in the game, and you steal it from Vergil because he falls like a weird fat baby bitch. but I think Beowulf are pretty solid weapons. I think they're neat. Obviously, I still think like they're somewhat a bit slow, but I still think that if you use them correctly, they're fun to use. Like how they are pretty hard hitting, but I think that they like kind of trading that attack for less speed, I suppose. But it's whatever, I guess. And like I have any room to complain. I'm not even that really great at the game. Yeah, and I should also mention the guns as well. Outside of like Ebony and Ivory and Akolina Ann, I didn't really use much of them. Especially Spiral. Spiral I never used. I got Spiral, but I never was really bothered to use it, if I'm being honest. Like Spiral, I think probably Spiral can be good, but I think that like how slow it is, I think I'd rather not risk that. Fucking hell. Another thing I will mention, this game is fucking hard. It's incredibly obvious. I believe it's the main point, because people criticize 2's difficulty for being really brain dead, which I agree with. 2 is really brain dead. Like, damn, it is incredibly obvious. It's pretty difficult. I know that it was a bit more harder on in the vanilla version of DMC3 before Special Edition came out, and like even still with the changes they did to kind of make it a bit more easier towards certain markets, I still think it is a lot harder. Oh, no, it's still hard. Especially, I think I lost count of the many times I died to like maybe like Navan or Vergil. I died to Vergil probably more than 5 times. Navan, I guess 4 or 5 times. And that's coming on my first playthrough. Even in still repeat playthroughs, I still died to them a lot. Which I can give a major thumbs up. I'm glad at least I can actually have some thumbs up. Yeah, this game will not hold your hand, it will kick your ass in moments. So that's pretty cool. I should start talking about its bosses. It's the first boss, the Hell Vanguard, is the okay first boss. I personally can't say I care all that much. It's just an alright first boss. You re-encounter it like multiple times throughout the game, but it's no longer the early game. You can easily take care of it. Like, they don't even have the health bars anymore, so whatever. And I think like the main boss I would really want to talk about is Cerberus. Cerberus is a really good first boss. Like, he's the epitome of like a get good or this game will wreck your shit. That's how I see him. Like, obviously he like I kind of see him as like a test for newer players to see like, hey, you gotta adapt to everything, or else this game will give you significant trouble. Like, if you can't adjust to that, get good. That's how I see it. And yeah, I did so. I'm at least decent at the game now. I'm nowhere near as good as other people are at the game, but I still, well, at least I'm better than others. I'm not a dark side Phil. But whatever. I also think another boss I would like, oh yeah, the Gigapede, or whatever he's called. He's the boss of all time. I'll just say that at least. He's okay, I guess. I don't really know. I don't really have an opinion on him because his boss is incredibly boring. He just flies like around like the stage, and then you have to hit him, especially in his head where you can hit him a lot more there. I don't have a really strong opinion on this boss. His boss is pretty boring. He's the only boss outside of like Jester. He's the, like, him and the others, him and like Jester, I haven't really died at all. At least from my memory. I know clearly I've never died to Gigapede. I keep mixing up Leviathan and Gigapede because they're both bosses I don't vibe with, if I'm being honest. Oh yeah, and like another boss that comes after it is Agni and Rudra. Agni and Rudra are solid to the bosses, how it's kind of like you are like 2 against 1, and how if you play your cards correctly, you're able to hit, like, if you're able to get like one of them to bait their attack out, they're able to hit the other brother as well. And if you're able to take out one of them, the other one uses the person that's down's weapon. I think that's pretty neat. I think that's pretty cool, if I'm being honest. I like that. Vergil, well, I should probably mention all of Vergil fights later on, not now, because I think all of them are majorly great. Leviathan. Leviathan is just an incredibly whatever boss. I didn't like him, if I'm being honest. He was just kind of annoying. That's just what I think. He's just there. Do I hate him? No. Do I enjoy it? No. I should also talk about Navon is also a pretty solid boss as well. She can be a bit of a damage sponge, so you have to kind of peel off that the bat armor she kind of has on. So it's like you have to kind of just hit her a bunch before, like, kind of like take that armor off, and then you can attack her. Suck, and you kind of have to do it again and again and again. It's whatever. I prefer something. I'd rather get something else, but it's whatever, I guess. It's just what I think. There's another boss I forgot to mention as well. Which one is it? Oh yeah, I actually meant to mention one thing of Navon's stuff. It was that really stupid part in the end of it where like Navon will grab you and drain your health. She'll just drain your health completely. And I have no clue how to get the fuck out of it. I guess you're supposed to use your double trigger to get out of it, but even without it, what are you supposed to be doing? Like, that's my question. What do I do there if I don't have double trigger? Do I just accept my fate and just die? Or do I just, I don't know, find some other way or button mash out? I don't think there's any way to mash out, because I tried to do that, but I didn't find a major answer to that. So, I guess it is what it is, I suppose. There's another boss as well. I believe there's Beowulf. Beowulf I forgot to mention. He can be a bit of an ass, if I'm being honest. Beowulf is an ass. I'll mention that. I like his gauntlets, but he's a bit of an ass to go through. I didn't like, especially with those angel shots. I had no idea how to get past them. Like, no idea at all. I was like, should I use Dante's like trigger style to evade? I did. I missed one of them, but I got hit by the rest, and then I died. I'm not sure how to get past them. I guess like I just get hit by them, just take the hit, but who knows? I should also mention that Geryon is
Peter,
there.
the horse is here.
Geryon isn't like horrible, but I think he could have been better. He's just kind of annoying, if I'm being honest. I think his first phase is just whatever, but he's not my least favorite boss, but I think he probably could have been better. Like his first phase is fine. I do like the transition to the second phase, like how the floor crumbles and you're out of the stadium. That's cool, but I didn't like how if you hit those red orbs, you would have like the little JoJo time stop reference. I didn't like that. I thought it was just kind of annoying to go through, if I'm being honest. But whatever. Like I have major room to complain. It could be like I just suck at it, but it's a mix of both. But shut up. I also wanted to mention Lady as well. I thought she was a solid boss. I never really accepted myself to end up dying to Lady's boss, if I'm being honest. No, because I never really did in my normal playthrough, so it was a bit of a shock that I ended up dying to her boss. But I guess I shouldn't really have underestimated anything in DMC3. I was playing on normal mode when I first played it, so why'd I underestimate her? I don't know. Jester's another fine boss fight. Again, as I mentioned before, he's one of the bosses I haven't died to, ever. I don't really think that means he's a bad boss, he's just fine. I believe he was added in the special edition. I'm not sure if there's any proof of that, but I remember hearing that before, but maybe I have to play the original version to understand it, but honestly, I have no reason to play it, to be honest. But, whatever. He's just fine. He can be a bit of an ass sometimes, like, again, here. Like, he can be a bit unfun, but he's fine. I didn't hate him, but I didn't love him either. It was the epitome of, yeah, he could be better, but he could be worse. And then there's Doppelganger. Doppelganger's next, and I don't like Doppelganger. I really don't. I think Doppelganger kind of blows chunks. He's just not fun. He's incredibly repetitive. It's just hit him with, hit like the light and like bait him in. So like his shield, like his dot reflection thing he has on can go off and hit him. Rinse, repeat. It's not fun. It's not. It's boring. I did not enjoy his boss at all when I was first playing the game. I thought it was like a bit fun, but then when I was playing through with Vergil, I hated it. It was not fun at all. No, I am not. I will be incredibly honest. I hated it. This time there, it was not fun. It was not fun. I did not like it. It's nowhere near my least favorite boss. I think your boss is coming a bit after, but I still think he's like, if he's reaching to that level of bosses I think are just boring. He's not hard. He's just annoying. He could be more. Like, yeah, I think I'd rather have something better than whatever the fuck what the hell he's doing. He's better than like Arkham, but I don't like him. And speaking of Arkham, I hate his boss. His boss is the worst boss here. Honestly, in the games I've played, I haven't gone through 5 yet, but he's definitely going to be my least favorite bosses in this series. I did not like him. While yes, Vergil showing up and how you're able to team up with him is really cool, and that does save it, especially with Arkham Battle 2. That's a great boss battle theme. I like that song, but the thing I will constantly just mention the most is just that he's still a terrible boss. I still don't like him. It's not that he's hard, he's just annoying. Like, he's just annoying. That's all he is. He's not fun to go through. Honestly, and plus, why couldn't they just make him a Nello Angelo situation? Like, he's just like Nello Angelo from DMC3. No, DMC 1. Nello Angelo didn't even appear in 3. Like, he's sort of like a edited version of Nello Angelo. Like, I think I would prefer that than what the fuck he's doing. Like, come on, man. Like, maybe you have like those weird goop things he does. They're just odd to attack with, but whatever. I think I'd rather fucking take that than just and just fight the weird blob thing that is Arkham. I don't know why. Like, why couldn't he just stay as a Sparta form and like still fight him in that form? I don't get it. It's such a lame thing to have. I don't like it. Like, that's, like, I don't like that part. Like, and also, I didn't like how you're not able to use your style, like, the style mode, or Vergil's double trigger. I think that's because, like, they kind of reused the code of her doppelganger for the Arkham fight, so that's why you're not able to use it. But still, I think I really wanted me to be able to use those skills, because Arkham is a really boring boss fight. Right, like let me just get this fucking fight over with. Also, this is one of the fights I used Kalina Ann for. I forgot to mention in the gun section, but I used it to kind of get rid of those blob thing, weird stuff that Arkham summons when he just sinks into the ground. That's what he did. So I used it for, and thank God, because I think I would have lost my fucking mind if I didn't do that. That's just me. The funniest thing I find about the Arkham fight thing is that the worst boss fight is next to the best boss fight in the game. Yes, I think Vergil Fight 3 is the best boss fight in the game. What a shocking opinion. I think a lot of people kind of share that sentiment a lot, that Vergil has the best boss fight in the game. Especially, I think his third boss fight is my favorite. I'm not going to discredit the other two. The other two are great as well. I love them a lot. All of them are doing pretty cool things and like kind of like bleed into the plot as well. I do like how like the first fight is kind of like your introduction to Vergil, Dante's twin brother that was mentioned in the first game. Like how he does leave a striking impression because of how much of a threat he is. He's not meant to be taken lightly, and he beats Dante in their first fight. I generally enjoyed it a lot. It's like, that's great, and I do enjoy it. I like that part. It's cool, neat, great. I like that part. And second, like kind of how showing that both you and him have been improving, and like while like he's not gonna just sit there and just not improve at all. He's going to show that he's like Vergil 1 and 2 are like kind of like are the first Vergil fight and second Vergil fight are kind of like on different side or like scales now. How both of you are somewhat near equal, but still it doesn't end. Neither of you beat each other. None. Both Dante and Vergil don't beat each other at all. Like, not at all. And the third fight definitely shows like the full thing, how like now everyone, you and him are both equals. With both of you kind of deflecting that duality side of DMC3, with Dante kind of more so representing his whole human and demon side, while Vergil kind of showing the whole. Well, Vergil more so focusing on his demon side, Dante focusing on his human side. But the thing is, kind of maybe that's why Vergil lost that fight, was because Dante kind of fully learned the lesson of accepting both his demon and human side, while Vergil never gained that lesson and still kept his demon side. He ignored his human side because he wanted enough power. Well, even though that said, Dante was able to beat him without that said power by just accepting that he is both half demon, half human, and that's like keeping both that side part of him, and realizing that he is as part of Sparta's legacy, like I said before. And I guess that could possibly be seen as why Vergil lost that fight. He couldn't fully accept that he was half human, half demon, and he only focused on one side instead of keeping both sides in check. Like both of them are both equal, not just like completely invalidating one or the other and focusing on one side because of a possible resentment and like a certain goal they want. I think that's shown the most in this fight. But I think I'm babbling too much, so I might just move on from this section. We're not actually gonna move on from this section because I forgot to add another detail. It's mainly about like how Vergil appears when you try to fight him in Vergil's story. Well, story major quotation marks. I thought it would be like Dante. It'd be like Dante's boss. You would face Dante, but it's a color swap version of Vergil. That's it. He's just a color swap version of Vergil. That's it. I don't get it. I thought it was a big disappointment because I wanted to fight Dante in with like Vergil's toolkit. Like maybe he'll end up using his styles against you. Like maybe he could, but I think that reaching two limits are the limits of the PS2 because the PS2 was not all that powerful. But I think that'd be pretty cool if I'm being honest. Like he's able to switch, kind of use Royal Guard to block your attacks, or like use Swordmaster to combo you. Do more damage, or use tricks to evade your attacks. That'd be really cool, and it would make him a very huge threat you have to take out, like immediately. I think that would cause maybe it would cause him maybe a bit too powerful, but I think it'd be a really cool idea. I'd like it. It'd be cool. I don't know. It's just a me thing, though. I think it'd be a cool idea. It's like if it was actually Dante instead of just a color swap version of Vergil. But it is what it is. It's still a fun boss fight, but I still wish it was actually Dante and not just Vante. Vante. Terrible joke. Moving on. I also want to mention DMC3's OST. It's a pretty solid OST. My favorite tracks are definitely Taste the Blood, Divine Hate, both Dante and Vergil versions, even though I prefer Dante's Taste the Blood and Vergil's Divine Hate. Personally, that's just a me thing. I also do enjoy Cerberus's boss theme, Beowulf's boss theme, even though Beowulf's boss theme is just a remix version of Cerberus's boss theme. I also enjoy Vergil 2 and 3. I enjoy Arkham Battle 2, and Devils Never Cry is also a really good song. I hear some parts of it in certain cutscenes, like in the end of Mission 10's cutscene, the one I showed earlier, and it's kind of played in I believe in Arkham's death scene, not really death scene, like in major quotation marks, but it's shown there as well, and I think that's pretty neat. I generally do enjoy that they show it there, like how it's not just like one and done there. It's like it does show up in certain areas. It's like somewhat obvious in certain areas, some not. But I think it's pretty cool how they mention how it's shown in certain places. And I only noticed that Devils Never Cry was in that Mission 10 cutscene because of this replay through. So that's pretty neat. Overall, I think DMC3 is a really good game. Again. I had a lot of fun with this replay through. Like, it shows like how much I love this game a ton. And I can still say it is in my top 5 games of all time. I enjoy this game a lot, and I think people should definitely experience it. Maybe it can be a bit dated in some areas, but I still think people should absolutely experience it. This game is great, and I think people should absolutely go ahead and get it. If you're watching this review, you absolutely should. DMC3 is basically on every platform, even the Switch, like Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Go play it. I think you should. I think everyone should. If you're not a fan of hard games, then I can maybe understand the sentiment, but I guess the series isn't really gonna be for you if you don't like hard games. But I think people should absolutely experience it. This is a great game. I think a lot of people should experience. And I know that the anime brought a lot of new fans in. I'm one of those people, even though I didn't even watch it when I first heard it getting bashed to death. But I think people should absolutely play this game. Probably start with 1 first, because its difficulty is a lot less going to hit you in the face. It is still hard. By the way, it's not like it's completely brain dead easy, but no, it will. First game and this game will rock your shit in. You have to get prepared for that. It's like a get good type of way. I think absolutely play this game. If you don't, that's fine. I'm not your mom. but I think I should give it like a major recommendation. Like, if you want to play this game, go play this. I don't really think we'll have to play in like the canonical order, because these games don't really give a shit about their stories. They don't. The 3 is the only one with a competent story, like I said before. So like you can play in alphabet like in the release date order. That's perfectly fine, or you can play in 3, 1, 2, and 4. But probably it's not the best way to start with 5, because it's the 5th entry. Don't do that. Especially with 4. Yeah, you could start with 4, but I guess you could start with 4, but I think you should probably start with 1, 3, or 4. I think those 3 are good ways to start. Even if I would probably say 3 is my favorite one, and you should probably start with that one. I think I can understand if like someone could find the difficulty a bit overbearing. I think so. Probably you can start with 1 or 4. So maybe that like those 2 entries you should start with. But but yeah, still play this game. It's great. I really should be get going now. Bye bye.
Footsteps could never follow. If you want to live tomorrow, steal a soul for a second chance. But you'll never be strong.